In telecommunications, signal integrity is paramount. Whether you're setting up a home network, a business infrastructure, or large-scale communication systems, the wire gauge you choose can significantly impact performance and reliability. This blog will delve into the importance of selecting the right wire gauge in telecommunications and how it helps maintain signal integrity. Understanding wire gauge in telecommunications. What is wire gauge? Wire gauge refers to the thickness of the wire, measured in gauges, GA. The gauge number inversely relates to the wire's diameter. A smaller gauge number means a thicker wire. The right wire gauge ensures that the wire can handle the necessary current and signal transmission without degradation. Why wire gauge matters in telecommunications? In telecommunications, the wire gauge affects the quality of signal transmission. An incorrect wire gauge can lead to signal loss, interference, and reduced data transmission speeds, compromising the overall performance of the network. The impact of wire gauge on signal integrity. Signal loss. Signal loss occurs when the strength of the signal diminishes as it travels through the wire. Thinner wires, higher gauge numbers, have higher resistance, which can cause significant signal loss, especially over long distances. Ensuring the correct wire gauge minimizes this issue. Interference and noise. Thinner wires are more susceptible to electromagnetic interference, EMI, and noise. This can result in data corruption and reduced clarity in audio and video transmissions. A thicker wire gauge helps shield against interference, maintaining signal integrity. Bandwidth and speed. The wire gauge also impacts the bandwidth and speed of data transmission. Thicker wires, lower gauge numbers, can support higher frequencies and faster data rates, which are crucial for modern telecommunications applications. Selecting the right wire gauge for different applications. Home networks. For home networks, commonly used wire gauges include 24GA and 22GA for Ethernet cables, Cat5e, Cat6. These gauges provide a good balance of flexibility and performance for typical home distances and data rates. Business infrastructure. In business settings, where higher data rates and longer distances are common, thicker gauges such as 20GA or 18GA may be used. These gauges support higher bandwidths and reduce signal loss over extended runs. Large-scale communication systems. For large-scale systems, such as data centers or telecommunications infrastructure, even thicker gauges like 16GA or 14GA may be necessary. These gauges ensure minimal signal degradation and support the high-speed data transmission required in such environments. Common mistakes in wire gauge selection. Underestimating distance. A common mistake is underestimating the distance the signal needs to travel. Longer distances require thicker wires to maintain signal strength and integrity. Always factor in the total length of the cable run when selecting your wire gauge. Ignoring environmental factors. Environmental factors such as temperature, humidity, and exposure to EMI can affect signal transmission. Using a wire gauge that's too thin in harsh environments can exacerbate these issues. Choose a wire gauge that can withstand the environmental conditions of your installation. Neglecting future expansion. Failing to plan for future expansion is another mistake. As data demands increase, you may need to upgrade your network. Selecting a wire gauge that barely meets current needs can limit scalability. Opt for a slightly thicker gauge to accommodate future growth. Best practices for maintaining signal integrity. Proper installation techniques. Proper installation techniques are crucial for maintaining signal integrity. Avoid sharp bends, kinks, and physical damage to the cables. Use appropriate connectors and ensure secure, corrosion-free connections. Regular testing and maintenance. Regular testing and maintenance help identify potential issues before they become serious problems. Periodically test your network cables for signal loss, interference, and other performance metrics to ensure ongoing reliability. Using quality materials. Investing in high-quality cables and connectors is essential. While cheaper alternatives might seem cost-effective, they often lack the necessary shielding and durability to maintain signal integrity over time. Conclusion. Choosing the right wire gauge is critical for ensuring signal integrity in telecommunications. By understanding the impact of wire gauge on signal loss, interference, and data transmission speeds, you can make informed decisions for your network installations. Avoid common mistakes by considering distance, environmental factors, and future expansion. Adhering to best practices for installation and maintenance will further enhance the reliability and performance of your telecommunications systems. Remember, investing in the correct wire gauge and quality materials is a small price to pay for long-term network efficiency and integrity.